We saw that it was capable of filtering a pivot table, or we can filter a pivot chart by pretty much exactly the same means. Taking the employees pivot chart file, on PChart we have the departments, but we might not want to see all the departments. Well, if we want to filter out one or more of these departments, we simply go to the little blob here that says department. One click pops up the option to choose the filtering. So I might want to remove the blank. That's throwing out this chart, so let's not see the blank. Okay, the blank's then removed from our chart and everything is resized to fit the area. There's a little filter icon then next to there so you can tell it's been filtered. Now you could turn off more or less of them. Let's not see accounts and clerical because they're very small, and finance actually. Okay, and then we're resized to suit. We can also use this filtering box that pops up to sort our group. So let's put these three back in. So we're just leaving the blank out. Okay, then go back in there, sort A to Z. Okay, and our departments are then in alphabetical order. They could, if we went to more sort options, be in descending, but not by department, but by the actual count of their ID. Okay, and that way the bars then run from left to right, biggest to smallest. Sometimes that makes it easier to read. Now it may be that you wish to filter this chart, but not by one of the given departments. So I don't want to remove accounts or finance or personnel. I want to filter the data and only see male employees. Well, that can be done by using the pivot chart filter, this area here. So if I grab the sex field and drop that into the filters here, you see then we get a little drop down arrow at the top that allows us to choose one or two, or even select multiple items. Not much point when there's only two anyway. So let's just go 2. And we see this is the female result. And we go again for 1. And then that's the male result. So there's a little bit of twisting around there in the order because we're sorting by largest department to smallest department. Or we go back to all and we see the total result of the company. So you could place any number of fields in here. You may want to put the marital status into top level filter, and that gives you a drop down arrow for marital status, where I could then produce married and divorced. And then these are the figures for married and divorced, both genders, male and female. So you have filtering at the axis level, effectively, and then filtering at the chart level. And that's where you place fields into this filter section so that you can filter the chart by any of those values. Any of the fields you drop into the axis or the legend can then have some of their values removed, which we've seen is quite useful for the blank data. We don't want that in our graph, it doesn't look correct. So in our PChart 2, which has the marital status, that too has a blank, so we can tell it to ignore that. Okay, and we can bring in the department option here as a series option. You can see we then get little bars for each, but I can still filter out the departments. I may not wish to see all of these. I definitely don't want to see the blanks. So that has a little filter icon on it. That has a filter icon on it. But I could take this even further and let's just say, let's see the first 3 departments: accounts, clerical and finance. And we only see accounts, clerical and finance, still broken down horizontally by the 3 marital status. So that's the ability to filter your pivot chart, both at the category and the series level, but also at the top level chart level, which is where we add filters to the top, so we can then choose multiple options or single options to filter the whole chart by.